wanted to talk about vulnerability. As I was reading my post that I posted last night with one of my students, which I love that moment. I used to love Catherine. I still love Catherine, sorry. I say I miss the glasses. I also miss Catherine, right? I'll say before college. I had no idea what the feeling of missing someone was. So, like, if any guy ever said it in my past, this was when I didn't know my worth. I would just say it back, but it was like, or I would say, like, I don't really know what that word means. The reason for that is, like, you need people to be around and leave for you to understand what missing someone feels like. I talk a lot about how it was just me and my mom growing up, and even though my mom wasn't, like, home all day, she came home at night. So it's like, I still knew she would be coming. Even though I probably did miss her, I still wasn't aware of that feeling. My best friend Niche helped me understand what missing people was. She was also the person that made me realize I was not a hugger. Because she said I would get weird whenever she tried to give me a hug. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I wanted to rewind back to Tuesday in my therapy session. So I showed my therapist my video that I made. If you haven't seen it, it's on my IGTV. It's called Family Business. And it basically, my younger sister, who's 5 to 6 years younger than me, we hung out for the first time in December. It was a great conversation, great vibes. It was like I wasn't mature enough and I wasn't healthy enough to have that interaction in the past. Therefore, I don't want to say I avoided it. It was just I didn't reach out for it. And she actually reached out to me and was up in this area. So, like, I made my way to see her one day after work. Back in December. So she made a beat, she raps, she makes beats. Awesome. We just musicians and shit, you know what I'm saying? Musically fucking talented. So she made the beat and she sent it to me. So I was going to write to it, and I started writing to it back in August, but I kind of shut down from it. So then I came back to it, and I finally was okay with what I wrote to the point where I recorded, which is that happened last Friday, and that video is on my IGTV, Family Business. So I showed my therapist, and she's like, wow, this is major progress. Because when we first started therapy, when she would ask me about my dad, I was like, I'm cool with it. I'm fine. I don't have to talk about it. I don't need nothing to talk about. I'm at peace with it, whatever. I don't really care. Clearly, you're bothered. You're bothered. So basically, as we're talking, I not only realize, but I actually acknowledge out loud with myself and my therapist. And I say, I didn't really love men. I didn't like them at all. Because I wasn't given the opportunity to see them in a positive light initially, I just didn't respect them. And I am being honest, because at one point I used to call men dicks, and I wasn't saying it in like, oh, he's an asshole. It's like, no, that's all I need from you. I also used to call them, I had one thing I called them that. It was insulting. It's in my book. I had another thing where I called them sex toys that you don't have to charge that battery because they recharge it themselves. It's just a lot of things where I was like objectifying the fuck out of them, which is why I tell men I only objectify with permission, because it's a slippery slope. Y'all just remember, see this out of it, because I am trying to embrace my vulnerability. I'm just saying, like, it's a cold world. We grew up in the 90s and we saw how people was talking about us. Oh, you said what? Oh, you think you gonna play me? I got something for that ass. And what that did over time, though, was that made me not value what a man could do for me. And it's crazy because I want to be with you. I want to have a future with you, but I don't respect you. How can I? You know what I'm saying? I've never been exposed or, put in a situation to really even appreciate you. So at the end of the family business, I say, I always felt like I was a handful. And in effect, I thought I wasn't that special, right? And that's because of the neglect from my dad. So I say, but that's your family, that's your blood. I put my middle fingers up because I don't really give a fuck, right? Because of his absence, I gained a lot of issues from that. Because no matter what your other parent does, there is a void that will always exist where you want love from your mother and your father. We are fucking humans. That is totally normal. The issue comes into play when you feel as though you can fill that void with other fucking things. Now, it's not an issue of me trying to fill the void, but me just acknowledging that the void is there, or that I did lack in that department, but that doesn't mean I need to lack for the rest of my fucking life. So I'm now at a place where I'm okay with being vulnerable. I'm okay with putting myself out there. I'm okay with you trying to fucking use me because you don't appreciate me. Because you know what that means? I am not going to use you. I'm going to remove myself. I am not going to become this cold-hearted person that doesn't know how to let love out. Because you know what? That means I also can't let love the fuck in. And I'm not doing that anymore. I've been there. It did not work. It just made me more depressed. I am now at a place where I am able to say, like, I think I love him. And if he doesn't love me back, that is totally fucking fine. If we never fucking talk again, that is totally fucking fine. And that is like, I am just proud of myself because it's been a long fucking time coming. When I say I did not respect men, I'm not sugarcoating that shit. If you read my first 2 books, it is all up and through there. It's like, if I respected you, had I respected you, I wouldn't have been so quick to try and use you. I wouldn't be so quick to try and see how can I get something out of it. What's the most that I can get from this situation before I got to dip? My father, he taught me the first relationship I knew from a man was I'm going to be distant. I'm going to come around maybe sometimes. I'm never going to tell you I love you. I mean, like, I exist, but is there really a relationship between us? So that's what I learned to let into my life. Like, niggas that dip in and out of your life, you know what I'm saying? Come back, leave, come back, leave. Let me tell you, these last 2 years in therapy, I literally was going back to old niggas that I talked to and like figuring out why I was there, letting my little girl see, like, is this what you want? Because I don't think they really appreciate you. I think they just appreciate your presence. And that's not enough. I want more. I've been fucking niggas. I have no problem talking about it. It is all up and through. I've had a lot of, not one night stands, but just like, I fucked you once and then I dipped. That's what I do. That was a part of my, like, defense mechanisms. I own my shit, right? That ain't enough. Like, I mean, like, I fuck niggas. Okay, so what's next? Like, can we talk? Can we do a puzzle? Can you teach me something? Like, what's your interest? Like, what's your talents? What's your, like, I need something more. Like, I can bust the nut by myself. So, like, I need more than just busting nuts between us, because if that's the case, it's going to get old real fucking quick. And all I'm saying is, I am now at a place to appreciate you past that nut you can help me bust. Thank you, Jesus.